Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mallory. In case you are new here and you've never seen my face, today I finally am doing sorry if you can hear my son in the background, by the way. Mom life, he's not taking a nap today or like the past week or so, so this is what we're dealing with. He's got Curious George on in the background and he's got his toys playing, so let's hope that that keeps him occupied. Okay, today's video, I asked y'all on Instagram if y'all wanted to see a wedding budget video and y'all said yes, so here we go. My husband and I did get married last October, so it'll be a year in October, and me, my mom, and my dad and my in-laws helped pay for it. We spent, I don't even think we spent $6,000. I have to exactly total it up, but it was probably a little over $5,000, and we did everything. Well, I did the majority of it by myself. I had some help with some neighbors and stuff. So I'm here to give y'all 10 tips on how to budget a wedding under $6,000. If you want to see this video, then keep on watching. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. But first, y'all know how I do. Let me start out by saying, you don't have to do these. These are just things that I found weren't as important to me, so I either cut them out or I modified it to fit mine and my husband's and family's budget. So my parents were going through a divorce at the time that we got engaged. So we were engaged roughly about 2 years before, maybe a little over 2 years before we actually had our wedding. And I was going to do just like a courthouse wedding, but my friends talked me out of it. So we were just like, you know what? We're just gonna do this as cheap as possible. So, okay, without further rambling, the first tip I have for you guys is to limit your guest list. Now, this may be difficult to some people because you're getting married and it's an exciting time in your life that you want your friends and your family to witness. But honestly, if they don't know you and your significant other, I just didn't invite them. That might sound rude when I say that out loud, but it's true. If you didn't know Dusty, which is my husband, if you didn't know him, you probably weren't coming to our wedding, just because we were on a budget. And a lot of people do understand that we cannot invite everybody and their mother to our wedding. As much as we would love to, it just wasn't possible, and a lot of people understood that. So we kept it to very close friends and family. Invited about 80 people, and probably half of those people did actually show up. Even some people that RSVP did not show up. So keep that in mind also. That is normal for you to invite people and they don't show up, or they RSVP say they will show up and then don't show up. So, and some of those people were my family. The second one, I find land or a place that's going to work with you for your venue. Now, venues are a major part in planning your wedding. It can help you decide a lot of factors. Now, we were looking at this place. It was absolutely stunning. My wedding theme was like a rustic, barnish type wedding. So we do live out in the country, and that's just what I prefer. All of my girls wore cowboy boots. I wore cowgirl boots. So that's just my style. So I wanted it to be in the country. So we found this barn. Now it was like 10 grand, but it included everything, which is a great deal. So if y'all can find a venue that has everything all in one, then great. The only downfall that I found is if you don't like some of their food options or flower vendors, you can't pick and choose your own. They have a list of the vendors you can choose from, and those are the only vendors you can get. So I'm a control freak. It's my wedding. I feel like you should not pick and choose the things that I want at my wedding. Again, I may be spoiled or entitled, but this is the one day that I'm allowed to be spoiled and entitled. So I want it to go how I want it and how I envisioned it. As for our wedding, my grandmother lives about 20 minutes from us, and she has a bunch of land. Well, not a bunch, but she has got land in a decent sized house. And she offered that we have our wedding at our house now, or at her house, sorry, at her house. Now, closer to our wedding day, we realized that it was supposed to rain that night, and we had planned for an outside wedding. So my grandmother had talked to her neighbor, which they live in like a neighborhood, but it's on a bunch of land, like kind of like estate land, I guess. They're estates, so they are on a bunch of acreage, and they offered to have our wedding at their place. Now, they said it's an RV spot where they like park their RV, their camper, when they're not using it. They park it in this little like garage type thing, and they said it had a kitchen, like a little kitchen. I have a hair on me somewhere. Okay. They said it had a little kitchen, and it has AC and power and a bathroom and all that awesome stuff that you want for your guests when they come. So in my head, I'm like, RV, this can't be anything special. So I'm gonna have to like do up these decorations.
By the way, I'm ADD, so if this is all over the place, I am so sorry. Just bear with me.
They made their RV to look like a barn. I know. How perfect was that? And it was just perfect. It was stunning. Everything I ever wanted. So, and it was free. Hello. Number 3. The third tip I have for y'all is make your own flower arrangement. Any flower ideas that y'all have, try to do it yourself. You can buy bulk flowers online that are real, and they come straight to your door, and you can just Pinterest some ideas, put them together yourself. It will save you a ton of money. That is one thing that I found so expensive was flowers, and I mean, they die anyway. I'm sorry, but that's just my mindset. So actually, I went to Hobby Lobby, and I was looking around. They have tons of wedding stuff. So I was looking around Hobby Lobby, and I came across flowers there. Y'all, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go to your local Hobby Lobby and check out their flowers. They are like the Real Touch flowers or something like that, and they look and feel really real. So this is another reason why I liked the idea of fake flowers, is because you can save it. I personally want to keep my bouquet for as long as I possibly can. I mean, it's good memory, so I want to keep them. So this is the bouquet that I put together. I just Pinterest a bunch of fall flower arrangements for bouquets that I wanted to do, and I came up with this one. Be careful. You want to say hi?
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
No. There's a bunny in your nose? Yeah. Okay, well, how about we get a napkin? Because it's the closest thing I have. Doesn't that nose?
You're gonna have to excuse me, but I don't remember exactly what these flowers are. I know But you can find them at Hobby Lobby. So my colors were plum and like I had bits of maroon in there and then some green. Some of these things, I think these are some different kinds of eucalyptus that I put in here, along with these cream hydrangeas. And then I think these are dahlias maybe? I don't know. Or, I don't know, some plum dahlias. I liked the way they hung like down a little bit. And then I put some of these like cranberry little looking flowers. So yeah, and then I just took some burlap and there's some Velcro on here, glued it, bam. And then my best friend, who is no longer here with us, who actually my son is named after. He passed away in 2011. He was a Marine and he walked me down the aisle. He committed suicide actually. That's a whole nother story. But his name's Scott, just in case y'all are wondering what this is hanging down from my bouquet. So he walked me down the aisle. But this is what my bouquet looks like. And then the girls, I did buy, I think, I bought a bucket or two of baby's breath, and then I just put those in the centerpieces with some burlap flowers. These, my mom actually, Mom, I'm talking about you. My mom actually took the rest of the burlap flowers. These are the only one, this is the only one I ended up with from the wedding. But she took them. I got from Walmart. This is like a, I don't know, a cream tannish color, if you can see it. Put those in the centerpieces along with the baby's breath, and then the girls' bouquets were baby's breath. Yeah, my husband made our own guest books, so that's one I don't think, no. So 11, there's an 11th one for you. So my husband made cornhole boards for our guest book. Everybody got some paint pen. Every time somebody was coming in or out, they would just sign the cornhole tables, the cornhole boards. And then my husband came home and put some clear lacquer over it, and those were our guest books. My fourth tip for y'all is donut cake. Not really a donut cake, but donuts as your cake. A bunch of people, or a bunch of brides that I talked to, they said that their cake was really expensive and about 90% of it they threw away. So my thought process was, I'm gonna get donuts. So I got these crates from Walmart. You see them all over my house actually. And I'll insert a clip of what the cake area looked like. So I got crates from Walmart and they came unfinished. I stained them and then I just stacked them in a pyramid. My neighbor, actually, I got a red velvet cake and she made me a red velvet cake. It was probably this big, just big enough for me and my husband to cut into and take some pictures and to obviously share cake with each other. My guests seemed to really like him. They just picked him up, went on about their business, and they could just hold it in their hand and do whatever they wanted to do. My fifth tip for y'all is to make your own decorations. Got these curtain lights to string up behind mine and my husband's table. I got some inspiration on Pinterest. I did something like this. I put a picture. These are actually engagement / family pictures that me and my husband did like a year or two ago. So I just put it in a mason jar with some twine, tied a bow, and filled it with some olive oil, and got that idea off of Pinterest. Also, my dad took a bunch of wood and made me like little coasters out of wood. So I just put these on top of like different mason jars just to give it height for my centerpiece on my table. Just got different size mason jars. Here's one. I did them all different kinds. You can find these little flowers at Hobby Lobby, Walmart. I got the bulk of them at Hobby Lobby. And then this is actually burlap tape. So I super simple again with the whole twine, and then I just hot glued this thing on it. And actually I use this stuff for decor in my house. So this is actually above my couch on my shelves. If y'all watch my cleaning videos, y'all see it. My next tip is to find a DJ or do a playlist on your phone. Get a nice stereo. Get somebody to be in charge of a playlist and write down a bunch of music, make a playlist on your phone, and then just have it play throughout your ceremony, or get somebody to handle the music situation. One of mine and my husband's really good friends actually has his own like DJ equipment. So he offered to DJ at our wedding. I mean, that was amazing. You can also go on Facebook to find out if there's any DJs in the area that just do it as a side job that would work with you on pricing and stuff for a few hours of your wedding, or cut it in half and do a playlist in the beginning parts of the wedding and then have a DJ for, you know, the reception to pump everybody up and get everybody to have a good time at the reception. My next tip for y'all is to do a beer and wine only at the reception. It will save y'all a lot of money. The alcohol part is extremely expensive. Plus, hard liquor can kind of make some people rowdy, and I ain't about that life. So beer and wine we stuck to. Or if you're not a big drinker, your family, friends aren't big drinkers, don't do alcohol. The next tip I have for y'all is to make your gift, your wedding gifts from your guest, a honeymoon. So honeymoons are on you. At least mine was. My in-laws did put money towards our honeymoon instead of like the actual wedding. I asked them to do it for the honeymoon instead, so that helped out a lot. We just asked our guests to donate money to our honeymoon. We had already lived together because we had a son, so I had my pots and pans and all that stuff that I needed that you would typically get from a wedding, so that wasn't a real priority of mine. And me and my husband agreed that we would rather go on a vacation just us with no kids. We just wanted a week on a cruise with just me and him, and it was perfect. The next tip I have for you, which we are almost done, this is tip number 9, or I guess 10, is to find a deal on a photographer. One of my really good friends that I've known for a few years does photography, so I reached out to her and asked her if she would give us a deal on taking pictures at our wedding, and she said yes. So reach out to people on Facebook, ask anybody, like, you know how you can go on Facebook and do the little suggestions in your area, like ISO photographer in blah 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 area that you live in. Try doing that and see how many responses you get. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So reach out to people. You'd be surprised who all is willing to help you save money on your big special day. And then the last tip I have for y'all, which saved me a bunch of money as well, is I made my own invitation. I actually, I didn't make them, but I found them on Etsy. So if you go on Etsy and you search up like rustic wedding invitations or fairy tale wedding invitations, whatever your theme of your wedding is, it will bring up either invitations that you can already have printed out right then and there, which is a little bit more money, or you can just, if you have a computer at home, you can just get the PDF file sent to you, and it's already laid out and everything. So all you have to do is literally erase the names that are already there, put all your names and information, everything you want already there. So mine came with the invitation, the detail card, if we wanted to add any details about an outside wedding and you were walking around. I didn't want anybody to sink into the grass with their heels or anything, so I did ask people to wear flats or flip-flops. Plus it wasn't that formal, so like I said, I ain't that picky about stuff. And then it came with the RSVP card, and I took it to Staples, or I might have taken it to Office Depot, and gave them the file, and then they printed out all my invitations. I think with the PDF file, it came with all 3 of those, and it was I think $13.99, and it cost me roughly around $60, and I got them exactly how I wanted. So you guys, those are all the tips I have for y'all on how to save money when you are planning your wedding. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you and gave you some ideas on where you can cut back or what else you can do to save for your big special day. Because honestly, you shouldn't have to go into a wedding creating debt. I know so many people that got into a marriage because of their wedding that they are in debt, and me and my husband were not about that life. I did not want any debt from our wedding to start off our marriage. So like I said, I hope my tips and tricks helped you. And if it did help you and you did like this video, please make sure to give it a like. It does help out my channel so much. And if you are not subscribed, make sure you are subscribed. I do vlogs with this little one, my 9-year-old, who is actually in Florida right now. We go pick up tomorrow from the airport. I do vlogs, I do cleaning videos. So yeah, if you like what you see, again, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our videos. And
Titi.
And Titi, you heard it from him. Say don't miss out on our videos so you can see my face.
See my face. See my face.
See my face. Hope you have a great and positive day. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. Y'all have no idea how much. No, I want to talk. Y'all have no idea how much this means to me. We are at 150 subscribers last time I looked, and I'm so excited. Even 150. I know it's small, but it literally makes my day, and y'all are amazing. Thank you so much.
He needs a haircut. What's that? That's from your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. My next tip is to find a DJ. I see you're playing the drums. Hold on. And if you... I knew it was happy. And if it did... Hold on. Hold on. You can talk in just a minute. Let mommy finish. And if it did help you, please make sure... And if it did help you,